Well, hello, dudes. How's it going? Welcome back to an unusual podcast. It is episode 5. Wow, that's crazy. Today we are talking about how a gang of unhealed men and their unhinged behavior attacked a fellow mental health clinician. I don't know why this is a thing that keeps occurring, but as the one who was fired and shamed and threatened and demeaned, I feel what this therapist is feeling to a T. And I'm really disappointed. And I just recorded my disappointment. So that's what today's episode is going to be on, is talking about how fucking disappointing the behavior of unhealed, unhinged men are. Anyway, you might take something from this. You might not. Who fucking knows? But at this point, I just had some shit I wanted to get off my chest. So please enjoy this stream of consciousness of me not being able to compute or understand the audacity of these unhealed, unhinged men. Anywho, let's just hop right on into the thoughty debauchery. Few announcements first. First, I would like to thank our official baddies over on Patreon for joining me for Sad Girl Hours. We truly had a turned out time. And if you would like to join the thoughty debauchery, please consider joining the Patreon. We have a lot of fun and healing over there. Let's see, what else? As always, here are our house rules. Pause to read them. If you feel in your nutsack that you came here to argue, bruh, not the place, the space, or the time. I don't have it in me to care. Talk to somebody who cares, like a therapist. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Remember that you matter. Please hit that subscribe button because your presence, your energy, your time, and your attention is so vital, and it matters, and it means everything to me. And we would love to see you come back. And the way my depression is set up, who fucking knows when another episode will be posted. So it's best, in your best interest, to hit that motherfucking notification bell. All right, next. And here she is, the baddie of the hour, Miss Nicole Lewis, therapist extraordinaire, who primarily focuses on treating perfectionistic tendencies in Black women. Go fucking sign up, because the way that if I didn't have a therapist, I would be in motherfucking line. My girl is mad licensed in mad states. Very, very impressive. But all of that aside, Miss Lewis, Nicole, Miss Nicole reached out to me personally in my DMs, and just from what I've gathered, she is a very kind, compassionate, and sweet, empathic woman, as most Black counselors are, but she's just very kind and compassionate, and we were able to really connect on these fucking busters acting dusty. And it felt really great, really nice to feel seen. But under the circumstances of her getting her life threatened and dealing with all these things, it sucks to be able to communicate or to commune with a Black clinician over the circumstances. But I'm happy that I was able to chat with her, and she gave me permission to put all her info up. So go show our beautiful Black woman some motherfucking love and support, and show her that these raggedy dusties really ain't about shit, ain't about nothing. A few thoughts before we head into today's episode. I feel like the primary difference in our situation is that Miss Girl has her own practice, big motherfucking purr. When I thought of myself as a counseling girly, I wanted, my own practice. And when I see other Black women, thriving in their own practices, that shit makes my coochie throb, because we need more of us in our own safe spaces. But I think the fundamental difference between our situations is that I got fired because of, all of the calls and stuff. But Miss Girl, she owned her own house. So they was calling her house phone, disturbing her peace. So I'm happy that she has that safety and security. I would impress upon any new clinician to find that place of safety, because, we be getting attacked on all motherfucking sides. But all that aside, Miss Lewis, Miss Nicole is one of the girls, and go send her mad love. Her info will be down in the bio. But we got to stick together. All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and start talking again and start ripping into the fucking audacity. Because girl, child, honey, I do not understand it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Grab some water, grab somebody you love, and grab your motherfucking panties. Pull them motherfuckers up. It's about to be a wild ride. Let's go. Okay, let me run this back. Cause I'm fucking fuming. Let me run this shit back. You're telling me a therapist, whom is a black woman, who I just kind of sent, my intuition told me, cause hello, I am black woman. She said, my niche, my primary audience, and I have not seen this video, correct? This is just what you've told me.
No, it's not a video. It's literally, she just wrote some shit.
Oh, she just wrote it. She didn't even speak.
She didn't even speak.
Okay.
She wrote it.
Okay. So my rage of 1,000 suns just intensified to 1,000,000. She didn't even talk.
No.
And they're sending her death threats. Okay.
Because nowhere in the written statement.
She didn't even say black in the fucking statement, bitch. Okay.
Said men.
Let me run this back. Okay, so she writes, I don't know, whatever the fuck she wrote. My primary niche is women, because I just, I love working with them. It's great. Like, I'm a clinician who here's what I hear, and I haven't read it, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to run it back, but just from what you've told me, here's what I hear. I am a clinician who has been practicing for whoop-de-whoop long. I've seen these types of clients. I've seen these types of clients, and, I tend to gravitate towards this group. Because I'm really good at connecting with this group for whoop-de-whoop, whatever reason. It don't gotta be no biases. It could be biases. I could have been traumatized by this population. Who fucking knows? But 9 times out of 10, it's just sometimes you gravitate towards why you originally got into therapy. Your, core reason. Mine particularly is, parental relationships. The mother, daughter, son, that type shit, Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. So this is what I'm hearing. I have practiced, I have done my clinicals, I've done my internships, I've gone through graduate school, I've worked in practice and blah, blah, blah. And this is the population that I find the most success, that I love working with, that I feel the most fulfilled, is what I'm hearing. Yes? Am I, tell me to stop when I fuck up, okay? This is based off of, one, personal experience, 2, inference on being a clinician, 3, experiencing probably what this woman is experiencing right now. Tell me when I fuck up.
So what she actually said in the statement was, I don't have to find it, I'll send you a screenshot of it. She more or less is saying that she doesn't see men because they already come with an aggressive demeanor as soon as, from the entrance. So before they even start the therapeutic relationship, it's prove to me why you should be my therapist if you're so good.
Yep.
Just off the top,
aggression, defense.
I think she said they're trying her before they even. I have to find the statement.
Okay, so I'm going to continue. So, my point exactly, based off of personal experience, I struggle connecting with these groups. Am I just in the ballpark?
Yes.
So,
yeah,
and the only reason I know this is because in my video, I said I primarily work with black males. I worked with high school males. I'm going to have you read it after I get this shit off my chest. Because I want to see how close I am. I want to see how close. So, I worked primarily with high school males. Them motherfuckers are the hardest fucking population because it's just testosterone, anger, just throwing chairs, fighting all the fucking time. But once you're able to build rapport with them, it's beautiful, but not a lot of people have the fucking patience for that. And sometimes you don't want to deal with that shit. It's a hindrance to yourself, just in my personal opinion as a clinician and as someone who goes to therapy. It is a hindrance to yourself to go into therapy with a guard up. because you're stifling your therapy. When I have clients, or when I had clients and they would come in, you would be surprised the amount of information that they would just unload. And sometimes for some people, it feels very uncomfortable because they're just like, damn, why did I open up so quickly? But like when you are able to like really build that rapport quickly, you can get more meaningful work done. Does that make sense? So trying to like convince people that you should be their fucking therapist when they came in to see you is already hindering your growth by 6 months. Because now I got to convince you why you got to fucking keep coming back. Or now I got to convince you how I know what the fuck I'm talking about when I have shit on the wall telling you, validating for you that I know what I'm talking about. I just need you to trust me and lean into this shit with me. You know what I mean? She don't want to deal with that. That shit is hard to fucking deal with. Luckily, with children, I looked up, they just like spilling the beans. They just like, oh, you want to hear me talk? Oh, we get to draw. Oh, we get to play Uno and talk about me? All right. Little black boys love doing that shit because nobody fucking listens to them. And I get it. So that was my niche. But I found out that my niche is more so black mothers. Because who is at the core of these black sons? It's not the fucking daddies, because they don't even want to go to therapy in the first place. This is why I'm so mad behind this shit. Y'all are sending this woman death threats, and y'all don't even want to go to therapy in the first fucking place. I lost my job. Y'all severed these fucking 5-6+ year relationships, and y'all have no intention on going to therapy in the first fucking place? And now y'all sending this woman death threats? Because she don't even want to see y'all. Y'all probably didn't even know who the fuck she was. What are we talking about? You didn't even know, you didn't even know who this bitch was. Excuse me, I use that respectfully. You didn't know who this woman was. You wasn't going to therapy anyway. You wasn't looking it up. Because when you was sending me death threats, you wasn't making appointments. You was calling to get me fired. Y'all priorities are fucked up. Y'all are disappointing. Like, I don't know how else to, like, articulate, get some fucking help, because every time somebody shares a fucking opinion, y'all send them death. That is aggression. That is depression. That is sadness. And motherfuckers are mad at me because I see that shit and told you to go talk about it. Andrew Tate, Kevin Sam, all them motherfuckers was telling them, oh, your emotions aren't real. They're not valid. Real men don't do none of that shit. Y'all go to instant rage mode the moment anybody says anything. Because what did she really say?
She said, I'm no longer accepting male clients. They get in my email inbox and want me to prove why they should choose me as a therapist. No scheduled consultations or nothing to see if we're a good fit. I'm not the one or the two to prove my worth to anyone. We would not work well together because you are already trying me, and I'm not above going off on anybody. If you're trying me before the therapeutic relationship starts, I know you are out here being a menace to folks, and that's going to activate my nervous system. So nah, it's a wrap.
Okay, so activate her nervous system. Trauma. Huh? Okay. She said bitch, y'all are aggressive. We cannot prove to you why you need the help. You have to convince yourself that you need it. And sending people death threats is not normal behavior. When they tell you to, one, get some help, or two, I don't want to help y'all. Y'all are mad at help that y'all didn't want in the first place. Make that shit make sense.
Somebody went on Twitter and said that to show solidarity, they think that all therapists should go on and post their niche. Yes. And then started going off on a train. And it's not only that, like, even me as a nurse, I can't work with kids. That's too close to home.
Listen, bro.
So I choose to avoid pediatrics.
It's simple. They don't understand professional anything, professional ethics, professional anything. Boundaries. Why the fuck would you want to work with a clinician that gets triggered by you? Why would you want to work with a clinician that shit makes no fucking sense, bro. Why do you think I have a black woman therapist? Why do you think my therapist is a black woman? Because I want to fully exhale.
Exactly.
In this society where niggas cannot do that shit? Are y'all kidding? Are y'all kidding? Like, when I tell you I'm beyond disappointed, because it's just like nobody's telling y'all harmful shit. The people that y'all were listening to were telling y'all harmful shit. I said go to therapy. She said, hey, maybe not try to make me convince you to need my services. That's not how that shit works. I don't go to a doctor and be like, hey, can you prove to me that you should be my doctor? They only do that with mental health. What the fuck is that?
Because they don't want to take it in the first place. They want to call you a crack before you even start speaking, because there's no way the shit that you're saying is true. There's no way that you're tapping into their trauma. There's no way that you could see through their bravado and call their depression. There's just no fucking way. You're a liar. So
I'm the Antichrist.
Exactly.
So prove to me that you're not.
This woman said he wants to slit her throat and wear her face.
That's psychopathy. Mm-hmm. That's mental illness. Please go talk to somebody about your violent behavior. That is not normal. Because what would that do for you? You cut her face off and then what? What does that do? Nothing. All right, next. Who hurt you? Who the fuck hurt you? Why are you saying shit like that? Why are you saying shit like that?
And then somebody said, as a professional, she would be reprimanded if her employer knew about this.
No. Your employers know what your niche. You know what's so crazy? You know what? Oh my God. You know what's so nuts? At the practice I was at, there's a sheet that you check off what your motherfucking niche is. You tell them what types of clients you want to see, because that's your fucking niche. You're really good at it.
People don't understand that. Apply the same concept with other shit, car detailers, surgeons even. There's certain cardiovascular surgeons that you want.
Bruh, do you want a cardiovascular surgeon doing brain surgery?
Exactly. You want somebody with a specialty. She said, I'm not seeing men because y'all are triggering me. So that's her acknowledging that as a clinician, I'm not going to treat you properly because y'all are already making me fucked up.
And you're probably going to therapy to harm people. A menace. Personal example. Anytime I did like family therapy and there was, the father was involved, black family, I would always have to try to convince the dad that I knew what the fuck I was talking about. The moms were always like, hey, can you fucking please help, please. All across the board. They're just like, I just want to help my kid however the fuck I can. And here's why I love black mothers and their compassion. Because when they send their kids to therapy, it's just like, dang, I done tried every motherfucking thing. This kid will not fucking talk. This kid will not talk to me. I don't know what to do. And so it's like, I feel like it's humbling for a lot of mothers, but I commend them. Like, thank you so much for giving your child to me to talk so we can sort this shit, so I can translate it for you, you know? Anyway. But they're always just like, please help my fucking child. Like, they're not talking to me right now. Maybe you can just like help them, whatever. But it's always the fucking father who is just like, where did you go to school? How did you get credentialed? Is mental health even a thing? What is, like, depression doesn't exist because my dad beat it out of me and he told me blah, blah, blah. Sir, can you, listen, this is family therapy. I strongly suggest and highly recommend you get individual therapy because your daddy shouldn't have been beating you every time you cry. That's not normal. But that's another conversation. Listen, we can talk about men's issues. I would love to break that shit down. I would love to break it down to really, like, since y'all need proof that motherfuckers know what the fuck they're talking about.
They would drag you to hell.
I don't give a fuck. They already did. How many times y'all gonna tell me to die? How many times y'all gonna tell me? Y'all already told me. I fight myself more than I fight y'all demons. Like, what do you mean? And I got a whole gang of bitches that's keeping me afloat. So what are we talking about? Like, bro, y'all told me to die for breathing. So I can break down why you're really fucking sad. I can break down why you're really fucking depressed and lonely and crying for help. But you don't want to talk about that. You don't want bitches to see you. And I saw y'all, and y'all was just like, nah, the witch hunt, let it commence.
Kill the witch!
Burn the witch. Bro.
This dude that I used to talk to literally just posted in his story the other day how he's depressed, but refuses to go to a therapist.
Why?
There's no valid reason.
Because they never have one. Because it's like, I'm trying to think. It's like going into sepsis and not going to the hospital. But mental illness is a slow decline.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a motherfucker eating a slice of cake and drinking a tall glass of Hennessy and said, "This is living." Sir, you have a problem. I see so many examples of men suffering across the board on the internet, and they refuse to get themselves help. And it's just like, why are y'all choosing to suffer at this point? Like, mental health isn't taboo anymore.
Because of the pride.
Like,
you go to the therapist, that means that you weak. It's literally pride. Pride is going to destroy them.
It's killing them. It's ego.
Pride and ego, that's it.
Because I can guarantee you they don't go to the mechanic and be like, where you go to school at? Or how you learn this?
Nah, and if they do, that's a different story, but even so, they trust them more than they trust the therapist. It's
I don't understand. Well, let me back up. Let me come from a space of compassion, if you will. Unconditional positive regard. Some Carl Rogers-ish, if you will. Why are y'all so afraid to come to a safe space? What did I just say? Motherfuckers like unloading. Let me clarify. Unhealed men love unloading words, semen, a headache, and a hard time, bitch. You know what? You can unload them words in therapy safely, and nobody's gonna judge you. Nobody's gonna criticize you. We're gonna challenge you. Be like, bro, maybe we think about this way, or let's try it this way, or I noticed you've been doing it this way, and we tend to get this result, so maybe let's try it this way. Doesn't that sound a little bit more better than?
No, it's intimidating because that means you gotta knock down a wall. You gotta be honest. You gotta keep it tall.
Oh, accountability.
Cry. Exactly. What does it all go back down to?
Accountability.
Bitch, they will not. Absolutely not. Fight to the death. I've had all of my left shoes. I just threw them all out yesterday because I give up on trying to fucking replace them. I've had all of my left shoes stolen because that psychopathic narc would not be accountable for his weird ass behavior. Yes. It was just my left shoe. The other girl got her car destroyed.
Because when you break down the story of him and this man screaming in the fucking mirror, sir, please make an appointment. Please, I beg you.
Bro,
what was he saying?
I am the big hat. He had to see a therapist because of this thing that he was doing, and he demanded that I be allowed to sit in there. I don't know for what fucking reason. And I feel like
Triangulation. Absolutely.
I guess. Probably, yeah. So, but while he was doing it, he didn't realize he's telling on himself because he's answering these questions, and the therapist is sitting across from him, and you could see her taking her notes, but you know what, bitch? You yell at me one more time, I let you outside, you ate your food, what's your problem?
Evie
what is your problem? Jesus Christ. So,
shit, what did she say?
He doesn't realize that while he's speaking, the therapist is documenting the notes, and this is going to be in a report that's going to come back, and it's going to show, what's going on with him. But while he's answering the questions it's like somebody was standing there in front of a plane, and instead of the lights, it was just the red flags. Just snitching on himself, the controlling train of thought, the completely narcissistic train of thought, not giving a shit about anybody else's state of being, just only been focused on his, focusing on like the bad shit that he was doing, or dealing with or whatever, and how like, what was me? Why is this happening to me? Because I'm such a god. I'm a blessing. How could
no?
Listen,
He's wait. Yeah. Hold on. He said, "I am a god" in the intake.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so in grad school, they teach you this thing. It's called. It's the red flags with certain statements, shit like
it's the
that.
Red flags. It's the red flags, but that's what I'm saying though. As a woman, I saw the flicker of "oh fuck" go across her face. Because the whole time he's speaking, I'm just looking at their interaction, because I didn't want to be in the room in the first place. So I tried to go into like the furthest corner that I could. And I saw the flicker of concern go across her face, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't realize that he's making this entirely worse right now. And then after that, they wanted to see him like 3 times a week.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am surprised that they let you in.
He threw a fit.
What you mean?
He threw a fit.
What?
He threw a
Elaborate.
fit. He demanded. He did not trust them enough to be in that room alone. So he demanded that I be allowed to sit in the room with him for his safety.
See, safety. Who's threatening you? Do you think the therapist is gonna get up and stab you if you say something wrong? Like,
no, he thinks that she's gonna play some mind tricks and plant ideas in his head.
I would like to ask every therapist who has the fucking time for that shit. We have 6 months of notes to do. I don't nobody have the fucking time to be playing mind tricks, bitch. I'm trying to get these insurance reimbursements so I can feed my kids. What is we saying? Motherfuckers got real motherfucking problems. We don't have the time. At least good clinicians, any good compassionate clinician that I know, don't have. Listen, I've never felt at any moment in time that my therapist, I never at any moment in time thought. I'm gonna get her in the background. I never at any moment in time had thought that my therapist was trying to psychologically manipulate me. Like, if anything, she tells me the people in my life who are psychologically manipulating me.
Exactly.
She'd be like, it seems like every time we encounter this, interaction, if you will. But anyway, what was I saying? So... Oh, yeah, no, we're too busy trying to survive ourselves. We don't have no time to be like, oh, I'm going to plant this memory, or I'm going to do this, oh, he has mommy issues, bro, you came here for me to help you. Just unload your shit so we can figure it out. Like, I don't know what your problems are until you tell me. And I can't, appropriately help you until you give me an adequate amount of information to make a determination on a starting point. So what she's saying is, y'all are so defensive, she can't even get to a starting point to help you. Like, what do you mean?
Before the therapeutic, I say few words. Before the therapeutic relationship even begins, y'all are trying it. So I'm good. There's nothing wrong with that.
My therapist tells me all the time, I see the clients I want to see. And she has her own motherfucking practice, so as she should. As she should. That's why you have your own stuff, because I'm really good at treating this whatever. I'm really good at adding support to this whatever. Listen, when I tell you I am the little boy whisperer,
that's a fact.
I'm so good at Uno, because I was playing. So one of my favorite clients, and they was trying to tell me it's like ODD and shit, oppositional defiant disorder, and when you have that, like so we can get into like stigmas tied to like diagnoses and shit, but stigmas tied to certain diagnoses. Yeah, we can get into that, and that's another conversation. But sometimes when you have ODD, people mark you off as just like, you don't listen to authority, you're the bad kid, essentially. The bad kid. And I love the bad kids. So they was like, oh, he don't listen to nobody, he don't this and that. I worked with this dude for 3 years. 3 years. When I tell you, when we first started, he ain't say a fucking word. And he ain't say it. I try not to say my favorites, but there's some where you learn so much about yourself, about people, about them, and just like seeing the growth is just like, it makes your heart feel warm, you know? And so he didn't say a fucking word. And there was also like sort of a language barrier, but not too tough. But he was bilingual or whatever. So I was like, listen, you don't have to tell me all your problems. You don't even have to speak to me. Like, I'm just here to provide you with a little bit of relief, whatever you want to get out of this is what you can get out of this.
Good morning.
And so I asked him what he liked to do, and he said, Uno. I've played 17,000 games of Uno. No exaggeration. We kept a tally. This motherfucker was so good at Uno, whooping my ass. And I'm not bad at Uno. Like, I'm not bad. This motherfucker was humbling me. But through those games of Uno, through those games of Uno, i.e. play therapy, he opened up so much and was able to start trusting people again. Why do you think he was oppositional? Because he had an immense history of trauma. I'm not gonna go into it because, like, obviously that's his business and I can't disclose that. But it's heartbreaking what some of these children have endured. And they close themselves off. They're defensive because they're hurt, because they're sad. They acting violent because they don't have, no one pays attention to the sad, docile kid. The kid who's loud and punching walls, they're getting the attention. But why are they wanting that attention? Nobody's digging into that why. And when you look into the why, you can figure out how to soothe that. Like, he went from not speaking to me to every day I'm coming in. What's up, Ms. Rose? We painting today? We drawing today? We playing Uno? I'm about to end your career in Uno today? You said you was going to see me next, Ms. Rose. He would get mad at me when I was like, hey, bro, I saw you yesterday, I can't see you today. And so I get it. That at one point in time was my niche. I love them little Negroes. I love them. They're amazing. But when they grow up and haven't had any intervention from that young age, haven't had that ability to trust from that young age, they're always like, prove to me why I need your help. I'm so great, I'm so grand. Sir, can you humble yourself for 2.5 seconds and just come get this healing? Like, nobody's here to harm you. I know everybody in your life has like fucked you up or like invalidated you in some way, shape, or form, but this is not the time or place. This is a space of validation.
You are paying to be here for help.
However, we're not going to validate your bullshit. Not at all. That's accountability. Like, these motherfuckers like to tout accountability. Like, them saying, here's how accountability has shifted to them. When they say the bullshit they're doing, they count that as accountability. They don't see the full thing through of you having to change that fucking behavior. That's accountability. But how you gonna be accountable for some shit when you're telling the clinician, I don't trust you from jump?
Okay.
I don't trust you from jump. And you know that what's so crazy? You don't have to trust your therapist from jump. That's codependent behavior. You're gonna have some resistance because you're meeting a new human being. It takes time to get to know people, you know.
That's why you have to build a relationship.
Exactly. Clinicians are just as nervous. When I have a new client, I'm just like, oh, I hope they like me. That's my first thought. I hope they like me. Ooh, I hope you come back. I've literally said to clients like, oh, it was gonna break my heart if you ain't come back. Like, you know, because it's just like we're people too. Like, it's just the defensiveness. And my phone dies. That's so funny.
Did your phone die?
Not my phone dying. Oh shit. But yeah, back to it.
I'm crying. The way that you ended, I was like, oh no, not for some time.
Well, I saw myself lagging. I'm like, oh, I forgot I didn't charge this shit. Anyway, but no, I was saying like, what was I saying?
Your niche. Why was your favorite?
Oh no, I think I was just kind of like gushing about how much I love my clients and like certain populations and stuff. But like, yeah, like I would. And well, what's crazy is because I kind of just like fell into it because I worked in schools as a teacher, and that was like the population that I, worked with.
The same population that you worked with.
Yeah, so I was just like, and I was pretty much like as a teacher already like lightweight slightly counseling these kids because like you spend a lot of time and kids be telling you their problems. Yeah, so you have those kids who like you're their favorite teacher and they come to you and all this stuff, and once I got my like license and stuff, I just went to that population and I really, really enjoyed it. So like, y'all are mad at this woman setting boundaries.
Literally.
Like, come on.
It's a hard path for her. She says.
And it's the rejection.
My nervous system. That's what it is. It's the rejection. That's exactly what it is. It goes back to what I said. If we go back. Oh my God! Not her in her like work pants. She
called her denims. Her denims.
She looks amazing. Sorry, sidetrack. But I agree with you. Your sister. Jesus.
She be catching me on guard too. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. So, these weirdos. It's like I said. If we told little boys how to be okay with the word no, a lot of problems will be solved. A lot.
Including their resistance to get their own help.
Yes,
and that's nuts. Like,
who's going to discourage you at that point?
But why would you want to go to a therapist who's not your niche anyway?
Get into it. Why are you worried about her? If you see that tweet, why wouldn't you just send that to one of the girls that you know is looking for a therapist?
Yeah, like, oh, she sees women. It
looks like she only sees women.
But again,
she doesn't see men, that kind of stuff.
The rejection.
And then you're gonna the people are getting upset. The people that are getting upset don't actually work in the professional world. You're getting upset because she said that she doesn't see men. But as a professional, you can choose what field within your field.
Thank you.
You're gonna be in.
Thank you. Within the realm of counseling, there's school-based, there's agency, there's private practice, and within private practice, there's certain private practices that only see certain types of clients, because guess what? That's what they're really fucking good at.
Hello?
Bruh.
Hello?
There are family therapists who only see families. There are therapists who only see couples. There are therapists who only see children. There are therapists who can't fucking stand children, so they don't see them. one of the reasons I was so valuable to the practice that I went to is because I loved seeing kids. Therapists do not like dealing with that shit because it requires a lot of fucking patience.
A lot of people don't have the patience for children.
Shit, I love playing Uno, so I don't give a fuck. I'm a child myself. I don't really care. I love drawing and painting, and they love also doing those things.
If they would just come out of their ego for a second.
2 seconds. And just be like, hey, I'm having a hard time. Like, just like straight up be like, bro, this shit's hard. Can you help me? That's it. And I'd be like, all right, so what's going on? What you need help with? Just like that. Tell me what's going on. I mean, unload. Like, this is your space. I literally tell people, everything you say is between me, you, and the Lord. Unless you trying to hurt somebody else or your fucking self. Beyond that, let it rip.
That's it. Unless you're talking about killing somebody.
Yeah.
Or yourself.
And you know
the same thing whenever you start a group or anything like that too. Like,
what you mean?
They tell you the same thing. All of this is confidential.
Yeah.
All of it.
I mean, in group confidentiality is a bit different because the more people you add, you're not held to like the same standard because, you know, people in the group can go outside of that. So you ask the people in the group to respect the confidentiality, you know? And it's just like, nobody is here to share y'all secrets. Like, if anything, a therapist is the best person to unload your dirty fucking laundry, bro.
That's a fact.
Because I literally, ethically cannot say shit. When you sign on to therapy, that's what you're signing, the confidentiality agreement. But y'all are so resistant. You don't even get to that point. Y'all don't even set aside the pride enough to sit in the chair, to see how it feels, to see if it's even the big bad wolf like y'all thought it was. Because I had one bruh, he was like, I didn't know what to expect. And what's crazy is the first thing I said to him, I was like, you know what, I am so proud of you for taking this step. I don't know what you have come in here for. I mean, I looked at his intake briefly, but like, you know, the concrete, like the deep down issues and shit. I'm like, I don't say it doesn't particularly matter, but I don't know what you come in here for, but I just want to say I'm really proud for you taking this step, because I know it's hard for brothers sometimes to just like do this
and ask for help.
Man, and just from then he was just like, oh wow. And you would be shocked at how many bros don't ever hear I'm proud of you for anything. And from then we had good rapport. From then he was comfortable.
But they don't even know what that's like because they want to argue with people who don't want to see them in therapy but are suggesting that they go.
Man.
Doctors cannot like kids but see that your child has a fever and a cough or is walking on their tiptoes and it's going to suggest you to go see someone.
Man. Like, how many clinicians y'all trying to run off for some therapy y'all not trying to go to anyway?
That's what I'm trying to understand. That's the part that I'm trying to understand. How many people you gotta violate?
Listen,
because by the time you finally realize that you need the help,
there ain't gonna be none left.
Nobody's gonna want to see you. Nobody's gonna want to see you. You're literally gonna become like a leper.
Yes.
To a community of people that are
desperately trying to help you.
Fully trying to help you.
Desperately.
But also like fully equipped to help.
Man, more than equipped. These life coaches, listen, I told y'all. I told you, they have not been happy since Kevin.
Nope.
They have not been happy because he was validating their fucking bullshit. How are you going to sit up and value people, place a value system upon people? Therapists don't do that. Are you serious? High value, low value? How about you go talk about your fucking problems and figure out why bitches don't want to talk to you? Why don't you do that? Why do we have to cut people down in order to build them up? That's not what therapy is.
At all. And then to say that Kevin Samuels is like therapy or the conversations that he's having are really good. No, they're damaging to a community.
He did a lot of damage to his core following, and they don't see it. And these articles, Rise and Lonely Single Men, are proving this shit. And it's just like, hey, bruh, here are the gaps. You don't have the language. This gives you the language. Them gaps, this helps fill that hurt, that chip on your fucking shoulder, the anger the hurt that you were carrying. This helps with all of that. But first, you have to put down that fucking wall that's preventing you from helping yourself.
Man.
Like, and what's so crazy is dudes be so like, oh, I'm independent, I'm self-sufficient. Why are you not helping yourself? You can literally use the therapist as a fucking tool. That's what I am. A tool to help ease this raggedy bitch. I would have killed myself a long time ago if I was not in therapy. And I can say that with my whole chest. If I did not have weekly sessions with that woman processing my trauma and getting rid of all the things that were harming me in my life, I would have ended my life years ago. You don't want somebody is skyrocketing.
Every year, even worse since COVID.
Because, and listen, COVID, and that's another conversation. COVID destroyed us. Socially, the ramifications, we're just seeing the beginning of it. And men did not take that shit well. At all. And it's so sad to see, because you know that article remember the when all the calamity and shit was happening, and I did the interview in the Atlanta something or other. But she sent me an article about how men don't even have friends. And here's another article. There was another article, a Harvard study about like life satisfaction and shit, and they found out the number one determinant of a good life overall is the quality of your relationships, your friendships. Y'all don't even have friends to confide in. Yo, bro,
why is that?
Whenever he gets the opportunity, is going to fuck your bitch. That's not your friend.
Get into it.
Y'all don't even have friends to cry to. Human beings.
When you cry, they call you different kinds of names.
Listen, human beings would not physically be able to cry if they were not meant to. If y'all want science, the human body wouldn't do it if it wasn't supposed to.
That's a bar.
Like, let's really think about this shit critically, since y'all want some critical thinking. Like, come on. Like, bruh, I'm speechless. I'm fucking speechless. Because it's just like, at what point are y'all gonna help yourself? Because it's to the point where some people can't help you because of the resistance. That's what she said. She's like, y'all are too resistant to help. Y'all are like waterproof. Like, y'all are literally waterproof. Waterproof, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. You can't permeate a surface that is not trying to be permeated. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can't help you sort through the things that have significantly harmed you. The things that you are suffering from. The frustration tolerance that you need to build up. The distress tolerance. You needing to be seen. When are y'all gonna see yourselves? That's what I want to know. When y'all gonna take a step to be like, you know what, I matter. The way I feel matters. The things that I'm going through matter to me. And they are like, some of these things are harming me. And I want to get that shit off my chest. At what point are y'all gonna be like, damn, this shit fucking blows. Let me just go talk about it or something. Because what is talking about it gonna do to you?
talking about it, like I said, lowers the wall and raises the accountability. And Errol, as much as we don't like that, we'll confront it. But with them, it's like trying to tickle somebody from the foot up, and they trying to hold that laugh in or something. That's how bad they hold all of it in.
And they explode. And they explode in various ways. Via death threats on people telling them anything. I don't know. Via them killing themselves. Via them harming other people. Via social isolation. Depression. Like all of these things are feeding from them not wanting to help themselves. No human being should have to carry everything. We're not equipped. It takes a fucking village. Society has fucked us in thinking individuality is the thing. No. You need community. You need support. You need to talk about the shit that is hurting your fucking feelings so you stop hurting everybody else's feelings. Hurt people, bitch. Figure it out.
Bro!
Come on. Motherfuckers is just mad that I'm just putting it to them so plainly. Like, y'all want people to sugarcoat shit. No, you're hurt, dude. You telling people to die all the time is not cool.
That's not normal.
It's not. Like,
That's
you're
not normal behavior.
Angry as fuck. So for what? What's angering you? Like, legitimately, tell me what is on your mind. Because I'm sure it's a lot by the way you're acting. Because that's how human behavior fucking works. Because motherfuckers are credentialed. And we're trained to see you're hurt. Listen, the intuitive motherfuckers, the empaths, we already felt it. I just honed in on it, you know?
A long time ago, too.
Man. So it's just like, I'm not saying it's hard to hold compassion for people who don't want the help. I'm not saying that at all. But it's just like, people have to be intentional about their time and their movements. So why would I make my job and my life so much harder when I could just see people who want my help?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna fight with you to help you. Like, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm here to fight your demons with you, not you. And that's what y'all need to, like, clarify and understand. Like, your therapist is the dragon slayer. You know?
And y'all keep treating it like
you're the fucking dragon. Come on, bro.
Like, we the enemy. You if you end up in a predicament where you're with a therapist, either by choice or by force, utilize it.
And by force, that's a whole nother beast, bro.
Damn, listen.
That's a whole nother beast. So why not just go in and, like, I mean, if you can't, like, if you got the insurance and the ability to do it or whatever, which a lot of people don't know that Medicaid, you get free therapy. Like,
oh my God.
I wish more people knew that shit. But yeah, Medicaid covers all therapy costs. So you're not paying a fucking dime. So for some people, there's really no, like, and there's telehealth. So it's I have therapy on my goddamn phone every Wednesday at 4:00. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I can drive around the city and park and have therapy. No excuse. It's so much more accessible. And even if you don't want to go to therapy, pay attention to the content that you're ingesting. If somebody is placing value on people, that's not cool.
Bro, the music that you're listening to, the things that you're watching on Instagram, the things that you're watching on YouTube, all of that is contributing to the person that you were building. I used to say this shit to my ex all the time, and he thought I was so extra. Listening to a whole bunch of bang bang, shoot 'em up, fuck bitches, all this shit. Only thing I got is me.
Before 11 a.m.
It's gonna isolate your mind.
And I'm not gonna say inflames your nervous system, but I can't think of a better term.
That's the best term.
Yeah, it inflames your nervous system.
It activates the fight or flight because now you're just in this
all the time
mode, like all the time.
And when you do that,
to rest.
Stress. And what is stress? Stress is cortisol. And what is cortisol? The number one killer of everybody and everything.
Oh my God.
Bruh.
Don't play with a smart bitch.
Don't. We read some books. We gleaned some information along the way.
We came here to share it with the class.
Man, with the world, with the peoples. It's just like, I just wish, I guess in summation and closing, I just wish people weren't so afraid to help themselves. Because, like, I understand, like, taboo back in the day, like, people thinking if you go to therapy, you crazy and blah, blah, blah. But we're not back in the day. It's 2023. We went through, I mean, we can start with our generation, 9/11, the plethora of war, the current recession we're going through, COVID-19, where everybody was locked down in the house, miserable, destroying the very core of humanity, which is socialization. After all of that, you don't think maybe you got some stress on your chest? Maybe.
You might just need to work, like, go talk to somebody about.
Like,
is the reason why all of these apps, BetterHelp, mental health plans, and all of these quizzes, all of this
to be
stuff,
clear,
all this information became.
I do not endorse BetterHelp, but that's neither here nor there.
I don't, but I don't either. But there's a reason why they were able to come up and capitalize on that, because everybody needed the help.
Absolutely.
The hotlines were overwhelmed with people because there was too much shit going on.
And we're only 3 years off that.
And that's still skipping so much.
Like,
because even with just the millennials, we have to live through anthrax, Ebola, what was the other one? A whole bunch of, and then it all led up to COVID-19.
And these are just global events. We're not even talking about on the macro family level of, like, narcissistic mothers or, like, abusive alcoholic fathers. You know?
We've been through
enough. So please just talk to somebody.
Like,
if you don't like them, you can fire them and pick somebody else. It's really that simple.
It's literally that simple. I didn't like my therapist. I said, hey, this isn't going to work. I'm going to go. That was it. You find somebody else.
Man, and if somebody tells you they don't treat you, be like, oh, okay, I respect that because I don't want you to harm me. What?
Maybe they can't do it because they don't know how to do it with, I'm not going to say that.
What? No, okay, if you...
I'm not going to say that.
It's on the record. Bitch. I just wish people... I've always said, like, my main intention was to just give people the ability to exhale. And if you're, like, defensive, holding your breath, you're gonna pass out before you even get to the chair. So what? I can't even get you into my office because you holding your fucking breath. Like, I'm trying to get you to deep breathe and you're not even breathing.
You're holding your breath.
And Miss Girl was like, I'm not about to do CPR on y'all. I'm going to just help the people who hold their breath a couple times but are ready to exhale. Ready to exhale.
She said in the most eloquent way, I'm here to help the people who want to be helped.
Period.
That is not y'all. I'm going to head out. And again, you didn't like how it sounded. The truth. Accountability.
You fucking hate the truth. You hate it.
Jesus.
So until you address your hatred for accountability, nothing is going to fucking change.
Nothing.
I really wish the bros would get out of the pre-contemplation stage of the stages of change. That's another conversation. We can save that for later. But I really wish that they would just wake up to their power and ability to help themselves. Is that the point?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good one because it just proves that it's not about anybody hating anybody. Like,
no.
At the end of the day, this is all love. It's just people who are tired of you and your shit.
Yeah, your behavior is disappointing across the board. So, like, and you're the only one who can do something about it. And that's where the accountability is. You know?
Which, again, ew, gross, they hate it. Like the bitch on fire. Learn why that's so uncomfortable and then take that apart. I tell my son all the time, that uncomfortable feeling that you're sitting in when you're caught because you realize you did some shit that didn't make no sense, sit in that. get comfortable, shift your weight in it a little bit, and then try to figure out why you put your dumb ass in there in the first place.
And that's where the growth comes from. Sitting and leaning into the discomfort. I think that's rule number something. I don't know. Lean into the discomfort is one of my plethora of mottos, but bruh, the shit that comes from it.
The growth, the things that you learn, monumental, bro.
Bruh. Yeah, it's disappointing. Yeah, no, bro, it's mad disappointing. Cause it's just like, I just don't get how y'all are telling this woman to kill herself and you weren't going to see her in the first place. That's like calling McDonald's and sending them death threats because you don't like McDonald's.
But you wasn't gonna eat it anyway.
You weren't going to eat it bro. Any fucking way, bro.
Oh, man. Y'all don't see how stupid you looking. It's sad.
And it's really sad. It's really sad.
Like, oh my God, you're dumb. Like, y'all are really dumb.
For real.
For real.
And it's just, I don't know. I think that might be all I have to say on that. Because it's just like, all she said was, hey, y'all are very, like, I can't see y'all. I literally can't convince you to need my help. That's not what this is about. That's not at all what this is about. If you have questions, ask. Like, that's what you can ask. If you feel uncomfortable, if you're just like, hey, I'm unsure about this, we can explore that. And you're probably uncomfortable because you've never been in a space where people have validated your shit. Man, all of the above. Jesus Christ. Like, that's why it's so fucking uncomfortable for y'all. Because bitches who see you and don't want to see you. But yeah, and so I guess another closer, Baptist goodbye, I guess.
Not Baptist goodbye.
You got to do the three-peat, the Baptist goodbye. After all that calamity and them telling me to kill myself and me losing my job, I have no desire to see men anymore. My whole, like...
Mind you were literally trying to be Count of Monte Cristo of men.
Man, I was really, really, really trying to help. Like, when I tell you that was my niche, loved it, day and night. But after experiencing that and that level of trauma, I don't feel comfortable. So my focus has shifted. Like, who was I seeing? I was seeing children. I was seeing young boys. And what was their common presenting concern, if you will? And sometimes it was their inability to communicate with their mothers. And a lot of time we spent expanding their communication skills on how to, like, articulate themselves more, or how to, like, hold up their end of the bargain so they're not getting yelled at, and, like, developing, like, their responsibility and stuff like that. But I realized through all of that, we gotta talk to the moms. Because it's the moms who are, one, stressed the fuck out to oblivion. Two, they're trying their best. Listen, this generation of gentle parents, boy, IG Willikers, y'all have a lot of patience. I appreciate y'all for not smacking y'all children. Speaking of, Prince Carrington has arisen. Bruh, come downstairs. He acting like he don't live here. Anyway.
I think that means come upstairs.
No, he can bring his little booty down here. Oh, the booty and nuts. Anyway.
Nah.
Yeah, you can come down here. Anyway. That was so funny. Anyway. Yeah, like, oh, fuck, what was I saying? I felt like I was on a roll. I was listening to, I'm probably gonna cut this out, but I was listening to this podcast, and they're like very successful now and shit, and they were just like reminiscing on how they were like constantly interrupted by their kids and stuff, and how it's just like really organic, and it just like reminds me of this. I love that. But
bro, because it's the hardest thing in the world.
Trying to keep a train of thought with 1,000,001 things going on.
Trying to keep a train of thought with 1,000,001 things going on, and then child on top of that. That's just, they will come in and World War II meet that bitch.
You got washers and dryers in the background, military boots.
Oh yeah, and little baby lions.
Man, but yeah, I guess we can. I guess that's the closer we can. But yeah, just set aside your pride and get some fucking help.
That'd be a miracle. That would be a miracle. Speaking always from my point, where like I'm a single mom, it would help heal so much.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Focusing on the mother, because y'all are like, you guys need the ability to unload, so you don't spaz out on these spaz-inducing children.
Man,
because raising kids, never done it, but wow, see the people who've done it. Y'all need to talk about that. Anyway. Because as I said, it takes a fucking village.
Man.
But it's just like, bruh, shit don't have to be so fucking difficult. And so the set of pride aside kind of sparked the last little thought. Therapy's not a fucking competition. So there's no reason to have pride or ego in there anyway. Like, it's literally come as you are. Unload.
I think that's the concept that they don't understand.
Yeah. Like, church is come as you are with an asterisk, and I don't like that. But therapy is legitimately come as you are, so I can help you endure this raggedy fucking bitch that we're all enduring collectively together. And when you do that, it stops being so raggedy for a lot of people, because y'all are harming people. So please address the hurt that is manifesting in you harming people, because it ain't cute. And bitches is not fucking, and we want to fuck. That's always been the conclusion. My goal has always been hedonism, fucking all the time. That has always been my primary goal. And nobody wants to fuck y'all because mental health that y'all don't want to address.
True hedonists know that the energy, it needs to be clean, and y'all don't have clean energy. Y'all don't. We need you to clean it up. I would very much like to throw my toys away at this point.
I would very much like to throw that ass in a circle, but y'all want to manipulate, and I ain't got the time nor the space, the gender or the race.
Leave.
Mixtape coming out soon. Bitch.
Cannot.
All right, I think does that sum that feeling?
Yeah, I didn't realize you were recording until like maybe like 15 minutes ago.
You ain't say nothing inconspicuous, so.
I'm proud of myself for that. Damn.
All right, bro, I'm gonna end this shit. Any closing thoughts? Any last?
Nobody is saying that y'all have to get therapy because y'all are weak bitches or crybabies or psychos. We're saying go get therapy because I would like you to learn how to be soft with yourself so you can talk me through an orgasm. That's all.
That's a bar. Or just learn how to be soft with yourself. We don't have to. We don't have to fuck.
Hey,
it would be nice. It would be really. It'd be wonderful.
It'd be fantastic if you could just grow up so we can get into that. Thanks.
Signed, horny healed bitches. Bye bye. Bye now. Well, there you have it, guys. I was gonna let that beat ride. But thank you so much for listening to episode 5 of an unusual podcast, Unhealed Men Are Unhinged. Remember, protect Black women at all costs. We are a valuable resource within the global community. Thanks again for listening. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe. Share this to somebody who you think might benefit from it. Send it to a dusty, crusty bro who could maybe be undusty, crusty, musty. Who fucking knows? But thank you guys so much for your unconditional love and your support. And again, thank you so much for, helping a young lad's dream materialize and spreading this global message of healing. Remember, if no one has told you today, I'm going to tell you right now, babe, you matter. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, your attention, and your presence. And as always, a special shout out to my patrons. Again, if you'd like to become an official member, the link is in the description below. We will have Sadgore Hours the 4th Friday of next month, and I cannot wait to see you guys there. Again, I love you to life and to infinity and beyond, bitch. Be well, yo. Until next time. I love you.